Is
Turn this
beautiful.
down. Happy Wednesday, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to this live.
Yay. Yes,
you guys
welcome.
are
If you
new
guys
to.
are, yeah, go for
Go
it,
ahead.
girl. If you're new to us,
Go ahead. I can't hear. There's just a little background noise. Okay.
there we go.
Hello, hello.
Yay.
Thank you for tuning in.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yay, guys. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. If you are new to us, we love hearing where you guys are tuning in from. So just drop us a hello, drop us where you're tuning in from. I'm Vanessa. This is Sarah, obviously, and we are Divine Femme, you guys. And we are extremely passionate and specialists at helping online entrepreneurs, soulpreneurs really help create their premium online soul aligned program to skyrocket their impact, their influence, and obviously their income. So we have a brand new live masterclass where together we help you really kind of excavate what's inside of you for impacting your mission, impacting your message, and taking that and scaling it, right? We're all about scaling. So definitely it's been so fun. The last two were epic. It's so fun when you come in. The last two that were some of my favorites were two beautiful soul women, so talented, so many desires in their heart to impact, right? But when they're so broad with like what they think they label themselves as or what they think they do in the world, instead of narrowing it down and really getting specific and really like hitting the, oh my gosh, that like that inner point of their soulmate clients. It's amazing how they were blown away, like how much can come out when you narrow down, when you get niche specific. And it kind of ties into this topic today about being vanilla. We see a lot of people, especially if you're new, when you come to us, if you're newer to the online space, if you're newer to really stepping up in your soul aligned business, this whole idea of this kind of vanilla talk and stopping that vanilla talk and really getting the confidence, the clarity to be bold, to trigger people and speak directly to your soulmate clients, right? So I'm excited about this conversation because it can be a fine line where I think, and I want to hear from Sarah, but the biggest thing is, when we work with a lot of empaths, a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs that are so caring, they want to please and help everyone. And I for sure was there too, right? Where you want to help so many people, you're an empath, you want to help everyone. But in talk vanilla so broad and you're not getting down and getting specific and boldly speaking to the people that are ready now to hear, right? So it's a big difference in your magnetic content that we talk about. So I want to hear Sarah on this topic, but it's so fun to help you guys remember the power of messaging and working with the law of harmonious attraction to attract through your magnetic messaging your soulmate clients that are ready now to work with you and really transform their lives and have their massive mission and impact heard in the world. So yay, welcome in, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome in, you guys. Say hello if you're here with us. I see you guys tuning in over on YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook. So say hello. Let us know if any of this resonates with you. We're going to make this one short and sweet. This is really about building your online brand authority, because ultimately your clients that already know they're going to want to work with you are going to want to be able to trust you, and you're going to have to really step up into your leadership and your authority online. And part of this is really saying no to vanilla content, any generic content or content that Vanessa alluded to that is too general. So, I mean, I see a lot of either clients before they start working with us or just in general online, you can just see these messages that come out that are very canned or very picture perfect or very pre-planned or very cookie cutter, just boring and inauthentic and overly planned, overly packaged, overly perfected, versus the key word here is authentic. So authentic. If you're building a soul aligned brand, then authenticity is your jam. And this is something that you really have to embrace in your business. And so this is in order to show up and really build your brand authority online, you have to ditch the vanilla content, the content that is overly generalized, trying to make everybody happy. That's way too general. It's not specific enough. It's boring. Everybody else is saying it. Like showing up and being your fullest expression. So I was just reading an article actually right before we hopped on this live that said 86% of people say that brand authority is important to them in order to trust a brand online. And when you think about building your personal brand online or your business online, this is exactly what you're doing. You're building a brand online that people need to trust. So the same article also said 81% of people need to trust you in order to want to purchase from you. I think that you guys probably already know that, but when you think about that, like, how are you actually doing that online? How are you actually separating yourself from the masses that are showing up and carving out that little space for yourself that, and when I say little, I'm just saying because it's a big space. The internet is a big space and everybody has a voice and can put out whatever they want there on the internet. But how are you going to carve out a very unique, specific little space for yourself that is a portal and a gateway for soulmate clients to find you? And I can tell you, it's not going to be by overly generalizing your content or putting out vanilla content. And when I say vanilla, this could be anything that feels even safe. Vanilla, when you think of the word vanilla, it feels like safe content. Like, what are you putting out that really stretches yourself? What are you putting out that's really authentic to you? What are you putting out that's really a message on your heart? What are you putting out that potentially is polarizing to your audience that a lot of people won't agree with if you actually put it out, or they'll have some kind of opinion on it that you're afraid of? And so that's why you're not sharing your message. So this is really getting out of the box with your content. And this doesn't mean it has to be dramatic in any way. It just means it has to be authentic to you. This is what's going to make you relatable. This is what's going to build trust with your audience. And this is why it's so important. And we call it the authority conversion pathway in Sacred Leader Academy. And so this is a question for you. Where are you going to be able to show up and put together a front-facing, customer-facing strategy that allows you to be seen and heard, sharing your message and your gift with the world in a unique way that is authentic to you and cuts all the BS as far as perfectionism and canned responses and cookie cutter messages that everybody else is saying? How are you going to get really deep into, and this is when Vanessa said the word excavating, how are you really going to get tapped into your zone of genius and your gift, which is very unique to you? The way you say it, the way you spin it, your story. This is where your branding stories come into play. I see someone mentioning that on our Instagram right now. This is so important. How are you going to weave in your own story, which is unique to you, which does build authenticity, which does build trust with people, which makes you relatable, right? And there's a whole nother video we'll do on how to build trust and authority, which also has to do with consistency. But when you do this, are you showing up consistent, right? I guess we'll just tap on it right now, because if you show up a couple of times and you share your authentic message with the world, and you show up like once and then you don't show up again for a month or 2 months or something like that, what you're sending is a message to your audience that you're not consistent. And if they actually invest in you, you're not going to be there necessarily to support them, because you're not showing up consistently, repeatedly, over and over again, committed to your mission and your business enough for them to trust you enough to enroll into your program. So the technical side of this is asking yourself, and this is what we call an organic traffic source in Sacred Leader Academy. An organic traffic source is, where are you going to show up that's aligned and authentic to you? Is it a podcast? Is it a live stream like Vanessa and I are doing? Is there a live masterclass that we do? Is it, somebody else's podcast, somebody else's something? Like, where are you going to show up consistently to be able to share your message and your gift with the world that's unique to you? That's the organic piece of it. That's the attraction marketing piece of it. Because in full transparency, Vanessa and I do both attraction marketing and outreach marketing. We combine the best of both worlds and multiple methods in order to grow our business. We don't rely on just one method. But where are you going to show up organically in order to be able to share this message with the world in an authentic way that is aligned with you, and highlight yourself as an authority to build that brand authority, meaning sharing your gifts, sharing your message, sharing your stories, and sharing them in a way that is the opposite of vanilla, the opposite of generalized material or content that anybody else can put out. You have to put that unique spin on it. You have to be relatable in order to build that trust. And so it's really part strategy and part you really tapping into your unique voice, your unique voice. So for example, when Vanessa and I came together to start to co-found Divine Femme at the beginning of At the beginning of
20,000.
at the beginning of 2022, we got really quickly clear on our core values, which were fun, freedom, and flow, and very much honed in on our genius and where we shine, which is unscripted, in the flow conversation where we can be real and authentic with people, not overly perfected content, not overly, packaged, prepackaged content, right? In order for us to stay in our zone of genius where we can show up and deliver value to the world that allows ourselves to stay in our unique voice and share a gift with the world, right? And so then we put together an organic traffic source that matches that and is in alignment with that, which is what you're watching or listening to right now, right? And is also part of what you can enroll into if you want to take the live masterclass, which would be the next step, right? And all along the way, showing up and sharing our unique voice and our unique message with our audience, as well as our own stories, right? And so we're modeling this for you guys when you check in with us all the time. We have people that listen to our podcast or watch our videos on LinkedIn or go on YouTube or Facebook or right here on Instagram with us. This is what we're talking about. And you can count on us to showing up if you've been following us for a while, except for the few times that we take a little downtime in between, which is also important to recharge. We have consistency showing up Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And there's plenty of times when ego could get in the way and keep us from showing up because, oh, we're on our period. We're a little pissed off. Like there's shit going on. It's my Mercury retro. There's a million things that our ego will try to tell us that keep us from showing up or could keep us from showing up and doing the thing, doing the consistent work that is required in order to show up. And this is a game changer and a big separator from the people that have big dreams in the world and the ones that actually materialize them. You have to be able to show up consistently and you have to be committed to this process. Doing it once in a while, guys, isn't going to work. It's not going to attract in your soulmate clients. It's not going to be magnetic. So consistency is part of the name of the game in order to build a brand authority online. So we had to touch on that in this in the context of this video in order to really, really share what's important in actually building an online brand authority that instills trust in people, because that's the number one thing that people need in order to enroll in your premium program. So I can show you how to create the premium program. Vanessa and I can show you how to do that on our live masterclass. And that's fine and dandy. We can help you create it. But if you're not connecting the dots for your clients with a front-facing, client-facing strategy that also allows you to show up and authentically share your voice with the world and your unique gift and connect the dots for them that move them through this process of really showing up as an authority online and building trust with them, no one's going to buy from you, regardless of how amazing your program is. And vice versa. If you're showing up and you're doing the thing, but you don't have a program that's in alignment, that's a whole nother story. But this is the key. Like you have to have all of the components have to be clicking into place. And at the end of the day, people are gonna, the soulmate clients that are going to come into your world are the ones that are going to resonate with your heartfelt message and what you're being guided to share. Right?
And you know what? Can I quickly add real quickly? This is so important, you guys. We are all about trusting and surrendering. So like what you were saying, there have been times, like full transparency, there have been so many times where one or both of us were not feeling it, or we were on our periods or something happened, but we still showed up. And to be honest, those were some of the greatest freaking conversations because we literally let it go and surrendered. And the downloads that were able to come through were so magnetic. And that's the point, you guys, when we get so in our head and we get whatever, but we don't see the bigger vision. We're so attached to that moment. We don't surrender and open up into it. This is the whole point of this conversation too. We're opening and expanding our feminine energy, our downloads, all of this stuff. And we're trusting those to come through you, what wants to be created and said through you. Then we're letting it go and we're trusting that was for a reason. We're not getting all up in our heads. We're not like worrying about like none of that. Fuck perfectionism. We're like, you have to let that go. You have to be consistent, everything we talked about, but it's so fun. I wanted to throw that in there. True story, you guys. Like, what if the times you just committed to being consistent and your bigger vision, your why, your specificity with your clarity, right? And you literally surrendered into what was coming through in your voice. That's fun. Isn't that fun? That's more fun to me, right? And to Sarah and you, if you resonate with us. Yeah.
And committed to showing up consistently, giving value that is unique to you and authentic. Because we can also see people that are showing up consistently putting out content that is so cookie cutter and boring that nobody's ever going to get engaged with that. So it's not about just showing up consistently, but are you showing up consistently, sharing your unique voice and your
Mhm.
unique gift in your unique way that is authentic and aligned with you, that will call in your soulmate clients and be magnetic to soulmate clients. So this is the takeaway from today's video. If you're not doing that consistently, ask yourself, where
Mhm.
can I show up consistently? This is part of your customer facing strategy, your customer front facing, public facing strategy. Where can I show up consistently in a way that is aligned with me, that lights me up, that allows me to stay in my zone of genius? Where is that for you, right? So, where is that for you? Where are you going to be able to show up consistently and share your voice and your gift and your message with the world in a way that is authentic? And get that into place ASAP. That's going to build so much momentum for your business. And it's the gateway for clients to find you. And I promise that as you get less general, less vanilla, more specific with what you're sharing, even if it's scary or polarizing, you will attract in people that are more of your soulmate clients, because everybody else is going to go away. So don't worry if you lose followers. Don't worry if people unsubscribe from your newsletter. If you start sharing shit in your newsletter that is not cookie cutter anymore and you get unsubscribers, like, this is a good sign. When people fall away, it means you're creating space for the right people to come in. And when you see people unsubscribing or unfollowing, that means that more people are saying, this person doesn't resonate with me right now. Good, let them go, because when they leave, you're literally creating an energetic space for new people to fly in that actually do resonate with you. Which ones would you rather be communicating with and networking with and collaborating with, right? So release the attachment to the likes and the follows and the large numbers and everything like that, and just focus on value and authenticity, and put together a
Mhm.
front facing strategy that's customer facing, user facing, public facing, whatever you want to call it, that is unique, that delivers value and is authentic to you. Start there. If you don't have that in place, you got to get that in place, right? And that's how you're going to build this long standing brand online that instills trust with people, so they can fly into your experience, and they don't have to be in your
Mhm.
experience long before they enroll into your program and become a premium client. If you check out my stories right now, I just threw that up there. 80% of our clients found us like 72 hours or less before they become a premium enrolled client into our premium program. How is
Mhm.
that? How can you take someone that was a cold prospect in the business language, right? Cold prospect, cold lead, cold person that's just out there in cyberspace, that finds you and then enrolls into your premium program in less than 72 hours. It's not by being vanilla, you guys. It's not by spitting out content that is not unique to you, and it's not by not sharing your gift or voice. That's all I'm going to say, right? It's really so I think we nailed this home, this
So
message
good.
home enough. And so if this is
Mhm.
resonating with you, this is sort of like your homework for your business, because showing up
Yeah.
haphazardly once in a while, or showing up consistently with boring, flat, vanilla content, none of those are going to work for you. Neither one of those. So great that you got the consistency down, but
Mhm.
ask yourself, if what I'm posting isn't working and it's not really engaging, and no one's, and I'm not getting lit up by it, it's not, you know, where is it that it's not? And this isn't about the likes again. You don't have to get a lot of likes. You could put out an authentic message and get 0 likes on it. And that still, I'm going to tell you, does not mean someone is not listening to it and reading it. Most of your clients won't even comment on your stuff. A lot of them, the first time they see you will be when they show up on your call, or when they show up in your masterclass, or they show up in whatever sales call or whatever you're doing. They won't be the ones that are giving you, they're not your brand fans, right? So you can be creating a lot of really really powerful people that love your brand and love what you're about, but they're never going to be your client. And that's okay. There's a lot of people that will never reach out to you and never message you, and everybody that gets value from you can listen to you and get value from you and love your brand, and that's cool. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that will never be that brand fan for you, will never be that and we just call it, it's a, whether you call it a fan or whether you call it like a supporter, like whatever word you want to use, it doesn't matter. We're not here to create fans, but you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people will never be that role for you before they enroll into your program. So don't think that because you're putting out content and it's not getting like all the hearts and the emojis that you want, that means it's not working. Because I can guarantee you that there's a lot of people that that's all they get is hearts and emojis, and they never get premium clients out of that. So take have faith and surrender in the fact that you're delivering value with your authentic message and gift, and know that that's enough, and at least get that piece into place if you haven't already. If you're listening to this and you need to tweak it or whatever, maybe you need to tweak it, maybe you need to implement it, maybe you need to get real with yourself and commit to it.
Oof.
There's something along those lines. You know how it resonates with you the most.
I love that. It's so good, and it's more fun and more lucrative and more results for you and more exciting and expands all the fun things. So just do it. So
Yeah.
good, you guys. If this
Yeah.
resonates, please let us know. Let us know specifically too what resonates and what you're working on. Read your homework. So yay, love it. Also,
Yay.
please,
We
please,
will be back
please, if
on
this
Friday.
on Friday, yes. And then make sure if this resonates, you guys, we have a couple days left. No, 1 day left. Sign up for the live masterclass. If this resonates, that is your next step to really, really dive deeper, hear the fun tips and strategies that we use in SLA, and really have a good time as we deep dive. So looking forward to having you guys' energy there. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll be back soon. Cheers.